And 5, 4, 3, 2. Today we'll talk about phonetics and specifically on assimilation. What is assimilation? Okay, let's listen to this. Okay, native talking about assimilation in phonetics. Assimilation. And are you ready to listen and to learn about assimilation in phonetics? Okay, let's do this. Well, assimilation in phonetics, assimilation is the process where a speech sound changes to become more similar to a neighboring sound, often to facilitate easier pronunciation and fluency in connected speech, as you are going to notice that on this breaking news coming next to this. This change can occur when the first sound influences the second, progressive or perseverative, when the second sound influences the first, regressive or anticipatory, or both. Assimilation can be partial, where the sound only adopts some features of the neighbor, or total, where it becomes identical. What types of assimilation? Progressive or perseverative assimilation. A sound is influenced by the sound that follows it. Example, in English, the G in disguise, the G in disguise, can be devoiced to a voiceless sound due to influence of the preceding S. Remember, the S precedes K in disguise. All right? Regressive, anticipatory assimilation. A sound is influenced by the sound that precedes it. Example, in English, the N in handbag often becomes an M before the P or a B, because both are bilabial sounds. Okay, and reciprocal assimilation, both sounds influence each other and become more similar. All right. In partial assimilation, the sound becomes similar to its neighbor but not identical to it. Example, the N in handbag becoming a bilabial is partial assimilation. While it shares the bilabial quality with B, it remains a nasal to a stop. Okay, listen to this again.
In phonetics,
are you ready?
Assimilation is the process where a speech sound changes to become more similar to a neighboring sound, often to facilitate easier pronunciation and fluency in connected speech. This change can occur when the first sound influences the second, progressive or perseverative, when the second sound influences the first, regressive or anticipatory, or both. Assimilation can be partial, where the sound only adopts some features of the neighbor, or total, where it becomes identical. Types of assimilation. 1. Progressive, perseverative assimilation. A sound is influenced by the sound that follows it. Example, in English, the program in disguise can be devoiced to a voiceless sound due to the influence of the preceding S. 1. Regressive, anticipatory assimilation. A sound is influenced by the sound that precedes it. Example, In English, the N in handbag often becomes in per meter before the B because both are bilabial sounds. 1. Reciprocal assimilation. Both sounds influence each other and become more similar.
Listen to this breaking news where most probably as in both assimilation, okay, and the schwa sound is taking place. It passed unnoticed because you don't prepare this. You cannot say, when I wake up in the morning today, I will use assimilation or will use the schwa when I'm talking fast. No, it only takes place involuntarily, okay, automatically, like in automation. Listen to this breaking news.
Next tonight, the FAA is investigating a Delta flight that landed with a damaged wing flap. Passengers spotted the problem as they were still in the air, the wing flap dangling as the 737 landed in Austin on Tuesday. It had taken off from Orlando. No one was hurt, and the plane landed without incident. Delta says the plane has been taken out of service.
Okay, continue listening.
For maintenance. Next tonight, the FAA is investigating a Delta flight that landed with a damaged wing flap.
Now listen to this news also regarding aviation, okay? Are you ready?
To the scare on the runway, the passenger flight from Nashville.
Okay.
To the scare on the runway, the passenger flight from Nashville to Seattle, aborting takeoff to avoid a collision. The pilot slamming on the brakes at about 120 miles per hour to avoid colliding with another plane, blowing out the tires. Here now, Steve Osunsami.
176 people on an Alaska Airlines flight from Nashville to Seattle are safe tonight after their pilot had to slam on the brakes in the middle of takeoff to avoid hitting another plane crossing the same runway.
Cancel takeoff clearance.
By the time airport control told the Alaska plane to stop, the pilot had already saved the day. A Southwest flight to Jacksonville, Florida was in the way, having already been cleared to cross the end of the same runway. Kyle Forrester, who was on the flight to Seattle, said it felt like the plane was avoiding a crash.
About to take off, and then all of a sudden, just boom, started slowing down real quick. People lunging forward, not drastically, but just like you're avoiding hitting somebody in a car.
Radar shows that his flight was hauling down the runway at about 120 miles an hour when the pilot hit the brakes, causing those brakes to overheat and then blow the tires, seen here.
The decision to stop was an important one. It needed to be made in a split second.
Already this week, 2 Delta planes were damaged in Atlanta after an incident on a taxiway led to this. A larger plane bound for Japan, seen here knocking off the tail of a smaller regional jet headed to Louisiana. Passengers on that Alaska Airlines flight were moved back to the terminal and put on another plane. Federal authorities this evening are investigating what led to this.
David, Steve Osunsami tonight, always.